Guys, we've got a little treat for you today. We've got a special guest, Damian Garipoli. He's been a big supporter of the pod for the last few months. Helmets, beautiful champagne bottle, massive Rossi fan.
Good insights, giving us good insights.
Yeah, great insights. So we wanted to bring him on today to have a chat of, first of all, why Rossi, why the love, memories, and all things MotoGP.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. You guys are doing great. The merch and everything is fantastic.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Yep.
Keep it up. Rossi, I don't know. I think it all started years ago when I was a kid. Sunday afternoons, I think it was SBS Speed Week.
Yep.
Clips of the 125s and those races. And I think it was just, he was different.
Yeah.
Like, after his first championship, dressing up as Robin Hood.
Yeah.
The Italian coloured hair. It's all those outfits. I think it was just different. And
Definitely
got your attention.
The personality. Yeah.
Very charismatic compared to a lot of other riders.
Well, I
that are
think going
probably
through the
robots.
years, they're all robots. They look the same, acted the same, talked the same, and he was so different.
I know he modelled a bit off Kevin Schwantz. I remember he said he was a little bit out there, but again, not like Rossi.
Well, he just sort of injected life into the paddock, really, didn't he?
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's like, you look at them today, and they are sort of like robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
And the Italians, like I think Bezzecchi, Bagnaia is definitely a robot.
Oh, yeah.
But Bezzecchi's tries to have that little bit of, panache,
Yeah.
but it's nowhere near the level.
Yeah, definitely.
Earliest memory?
I think it was those, like, the starting off, the 125s, the 250s.
Was MotoGP shown on free-to-air back then?
I think it
Wait,
was
so are we talking late... Are we talking early 2000s?
Nah, late 90s.
I
Late
reckon
90s?
it was. I actually vividly remember the early 2000s.
Yeah.
It was on a replay, and it was just the main race.
Yep.
And it was Channel 10 at like 12 o'clock, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Was probably when it was on, and that's the only time you could watch it. You couldn't
crazy.
watch qualifying, couldn't watch free practice, and there was no internet, so you couldn't even find out. You had to wait for motorcycle news to come out and then read it through the magazine.
Exactly.
I remember waking up early to watch Formula One, and like the first you saw what the grid was going to be like is when they were out on there on the grid, and they were reading the grid. So yeah, times have changed definitely with Fox Sports and everything coming through, and we get to see practice, warm up, everything. So
yeah, it's very true.
So did you watch the races back then, or was it just the highlights on Speed Week? And
look, to be honest, I can't remember that far back.
Yeah.
But I remember. They'd show clips of races, and I think they did show the races. But being a kid, you're sort of watching it, but you're distracted as well at the same time. But
yeah, it was the bright lights, the bright bikes.
Oh, definitely.
All those things that attract you to Rossi. So big Rossi fan as well, Dan.
Absolutely. I think it's something...
What was your earliest memory?
Instilled. Oh, geez. Probably rewatching 04 as I started to understand MotoGP at a younger age. His pass on Juvenile at Phillip Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my earliest Rossi memes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then obviously getting older, 2009 Catalunya.
Yeah,
one of the best overtakes ever.
I think that changed. I think when he went to the Yamaha in Australia, MotoGP was getting bigger as well.
Yes,
and it was shown more on free-to-air TV.
Yeah,
that's what my memory was, because when I was a little kid, I wasn't watching.
Yeah,
so that was my memory for him has been Yamaha.
Yeah, you think of him, you think Yamaha.
Yeah.
That's Valentino Rossi in a nutshell.
That was his dominant years.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
he did well at Honda, but you just think of Yamaha, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's where he really started to ramp up that like out there character. Yes, like you said in the 125s and 250s, but it was more like an FU to everyone that said, "Oh, you're only winning because you're on the Honda." So he's come out and he's like, "Well, you know what? F you guys back. I'm here. I'm the man, and I'll do what I want."
Yeah.
And just keep playing on it and playing on it and playing on it.
Did Yamaha have much success 10 years prior to him going there? Like, did they have
No, because it was Honda dominated.
It was Rainey
and Suzuki
was their last world champion.
Yeah,
so it's like someone in present GP going to like Aprilia and then winning a championship.
Well, now it'd be like going back to Honda.
Yeah,
it's the opposite.
That's what it'd be like.
Opposite. Yeah,
because everyone laughed at him. Like, why the hell are you going to Yamaha for?
Yeah, because they were
dog shit.
Yeah.
Was that bike a winning bike the year before?
No, not at all.
Wow.
So the crazy thing that happened is Rossi went from Honda to Yamaha, and Biaggi went from Yamaha to Honda.
Yeah.
And then Rossi won the last round in Valencia on the Honda, and then won won the first rounds in South Africa on the Yamaha against Biaggi on his bike on the factory Honda. Against his, arch nemesis on the better bike.
Yeah.
Were they
one of the best wins of all time?
Were they not friends? But they were never friends.
Never.
Never.
They weren't friends even when they weren't racing.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And that's that iconic photo of him knelt down with his helmet, like crying on the bike.
in front of the bike.
He says
Welcome,
he was laughing.
was it?
Welcome, He was just laughing about what had just happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing. I remember waking up as a kid. It was a school night. And this is probably my earliest memory. And, we were always fans of Rossi's when it was on 500cc's. And my dad bought the MotoGP game, first on PlayStation 2. He wakes me up at 1 a.m. just to say that he's unlocked Valentino Rossi and to play Valentino Rossi in the PlayStation game.
That's the Rossi effect.
Yeah, that is the Rossi effect. It's he's definitely the man. He's done a lot for the sport, more than anyone ever
100%.
probably will ever again. To be honest.
You ask anyone MotoGP, and he's the name that comes to their head.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it attracted a lot of people to the sport as well. And people who don't ride bikes as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you still see, it's unbelievable. You still see people with Valentino Rossi caps, T-shirts, at a present day Grand Prix. That's unheard of.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
And the majority, and there's still shops selling the stuff.
Well, he'd almost still have a standalone tent for merch at pretty much every GP.
surely.
The last couple of MotoGPs and that, there's just been his own tent.
Yeah.
So going through the years, favorite races.
I think, my favourite would have to be Laguna, 2008 against Stoner. That battle, it's just, and that or the one you mentioned earlier with Lorenzo.
Yeah. We haven't spoken about that battle much.
No. That's a good throwback.
Is that the?
I'm waiting for Daniel to do that.
Oh, okay. That's the outweighs the talent. Ambition outweighs the talent comment from Stoner.
That's Laguna,
Yeah, famous.
Yeah.
A bit butthurt, that comment.
Not a Stoner fan, are you?
No.
Yeah.
That makes two of us.
That's the Italians. They just...
He's a sook.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Talented, though.
Yeah.
Up there. Top 5 most talented riders ever.
He did well in the Duke. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he did.
But, and what's your feeling on MotoGP nowadays?
Oh, boring.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, look, it's good. It's, Look, it's... Oh, no, great. See, podcast virgin over here.
The 4 giggling virgins.
Yeah. We've been called the 3 giggling virgins by some haters. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's okay. We embrace it.
Why not?
Yeah, I'd love to be a virgin again.
No, you don't.
No.
Trust me.
Clip that one, Curtis.
Anyway, sorry. You were saying.
Look,
Is it because of Rossi though? If you watched the race yesterday and Rossi won by 10 seconds, how many did Bagnaia win by 5 seconds, 10 seconds?
7 or something like that.
Would you have been like, oh, that's still a good race?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, I think so, personally.
I think it's just...
Because you would have seen his celebration, you would have seen him on the podium, you're like, oh, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Roboticness that we were sort of talking about beforehand. Everyone's just on the straight and narrow.
And they all love each other.
Yeah.
They're all friends. Except Jorge Martin this week.
Yeah, that's a whole
did you hear what happened? He's sponsored by Strike Bowling Bar now.
Fuck.
Wow. Anyway, we'll get into that later. But
You are right. They are all friends. And
Yeah.
I don't think that makes it for the most exciting racing. Even when, you had Rossi versus Marquez, there was so
the
much
tension.
anger
Yeah.
and the tension. But it makes it so good.
Remember
Whoever wins, it makes it so good.
It was.
even the press conferences, they were so tense.
Yeah.
So
Rossi
tense.
Biaggi obviously is a
Yeah.
big one. Rossi Stoner.
Even Gibernau.
Yeah, Gibernau.
That was huge.
Lorenzo when he was there. So, and I think at the moment it's just because they're all so buddy. And then he said after Jorge Martin skittling half the field and both BR46 riders, maybe it will change it up a bit, but
Yeah.
it does make it a bit tougher.
But yeah, it's an interesting time in the sport. I think that there's going to have to be someone that comes out and shines, and there's going to be that new young kid on the in the pack. I think Pedro Acosta has that.
He's got the it factor.
He's got the it factor.
Yeah.
Being Spanish, I don't know if he...
I don't know if he's got the personality. I don't think no one can replicate Rossi, so it's hard to compare.
Yeah.
you know.
And they can be different. Like, it doesn't have to be like doing silly celebrations.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I mean, Lorenzo tried to copy
exactly
Rossi.
right.
Oh, that
Yeah.
Lorenzo land flag bullshit. Oh my God, mate. Come on, get
Who's your second favourite rider ever?
Nicky Hayden.
Okay.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
call.
Great
Yeah, great
call.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No
a
hesitation on that one.
No.
We love Nicky.
What about your most hated?
Oh,
We
Mark.
got all night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we do.
Marquez.
Yeah.
I think.
Good call.
Marquez, Stoner.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Not Lorenzo.
Lorenzo's harmless, though.
Close second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, but he was the first one to get under Rossi's skin, I reckon, was
He
Lorenzo.
was. You're right. I think maybe the teammate factor there.
Yeah,
But,
made it good.
Mm.
but it was funny because it's like, Marquez's first race win. Mate, I Facebook posted it. Congratulations. A champion in the making.
Love to fucking scroll through and find that.
Yeah, I know. And now I
Share,
think about
share.
it, and it's like, what did I write? But nah, it's. I guess it's also, you love Rossi so much, you hate everyone else. I guess so.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, we covered the kicking incident with Rossi and Marquez.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the non-kicking incident, I should say. We had a good argument, us three.
Yeah.
Well, we had an argument against you. It was clearly
I
just
think we won.
Yeah, I definitely.
I definitely won. I'm the most stubborn person in the world.
We rewatched it about 15 times on the TV,
Yeah.
and it definitely was just a hit the leg, fall off. There was no kick involved.
exactly. Yeah. What kick?
I mean, it's a It's like a reflex action after you get hit. That's what happens. So, but anyway,
Yeah, you got penalised for it anyway, so... it's,
That's the Spanish mafia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Killed his
Cost
championship.
him a
but,
10.
Oh well.
so yeah.
What do you have at home? How much Rossi stuff do you have at home? Helmets?
Yeah, now Damo has a big collection
Yeah.
locked away in a safe.
So I've got 4 GP techs that I purposely bought smaller sizes so I would never be tempted to wear them. I've got
That's
the
smart.
face that you guys had.
Yep.
I've got the chicken, which is the 9th World Championship
Yeah.
helmet. I've got the donkey, and I got the wake up, which was when he
Oh,
was having
that's
his little
awesome.
fun with the alarm
That's
clock
a great
and everything.
helmet, that.
My riding helmets, I recently retired my Sun and Moon
Oh,
the
yeah.
logo.
Yeah.
And I bought a Pista GP, the Winter Test 2020.
Cool.
And that colourful sort of
Yes.
sun and
Yep.
moon abstracty type one. Insane helmet.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
grouse.
insane.
What's your favourite? Or is it like asking what's your favourite child?
Yeah, I know. Well, I've got no kids, so I can talk about the
can
helmets,
pick
I
one.
guess. Yeah.
They are your kids.
I think the chicken. Just
Yeah,
I don't-
right.
It's plain, it's simple, but I think what it means that the last championship, the 9th championship,
Yeah.
I guess that's the helmets. Got a heap of the mini champs bikes. A couple of prints, which are very limited edition. There's only 46 in the world. Both of those. One of them's a Silverstone Celebration signed. The other one's a series of his pre-race warm-ups.
That's cool.
So, where he's crouching down next
Yeah.
to the bike and, got those locked away. They'll go up on the wall one day if the wife lets me. But,
Yes. A few arguments
yeah,
there.
bits
no
and
doubt.
pieces, heaps of the merch, I guess, and that was one thing that he's done well.
Yeah,
is,
so smart.
Yeah.
Get a heap of just this merch out and
His merch is good as well.
mm,
It is really good.
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah.
a lot of dull
Yeah.
apparel out there as well. So, as the same with a few riders at the moment. So, matches their personality.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's not far off, is it?
So, what's the future like for VR46? His legacy obviously goes on with the team.
Yeah. I like his current pairing. I like the team. I
Yeah.
think they're doing well.
And you think he'll keep that team for next year? It's looking more
I hope
likely,
so.
I think.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
it
I
is.
think it's signs he'll deliver just about anyway.
Mm.
Yeah. I think Bezzecchi owes. I mean, he doesn't owe anything, but I think he owes Rossi for his chance in the big league as well.
Oh,
There's
for
a bit.
sure.
There's got to be a bit of loyalty there.
Or even just his chance in general.
Yeah.
You
With
know,
that Riders Academy.
The
I think
Riders
that's
Academy.
One of
Yeah.
the greatest things he's done for
Yeah.
up and coming riders.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially Italian riders. If you're going to spend your money, though, you spend your money on your own.
Yeah.
Your own-
backyard.
100%. Like, you're not going to get some Spanish kid in there.
Well, they needed it. 10
Yeah.
years ago, there was no Italians coming
Yeah.
through.
No.
Italy in motorsport was struggling
Mm.
after, except for Rossi. Like, even F1.
Oh, yeah.
There hasn't been a Formula One Italian champion for Years and years and
Since
years.
the 50s. We
I know,
last time.
there's only 2 ever.
Yeah.
You think that's
Yeah,
crazy?
I
Like,
can't
That's
even
crazy.
Yeah.
remember or think of one. So,
Ascari
yeah, that's it.
and some other Giancarlo fella. My apologies.
Physicella.
So, but motorsport. And going into Formula One, are you obviously a Ferrari fan? I'm
Yeah.
going to stereotype you. I'm sorry.
Exactly, yeah, you know.
Nah, he's a Red Bull fan.
The Italian blood in me, you know. I got to be Ferrari, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
right.
You know.
Damien actually got us into one of the pits at the V8 Supercars this year, which was nice year. So
Very cool.
it's been a
That's
bit.
very
We won't be allowed in there again
Yeah.
after our comments on our last video. So that was a one-hit wonder. So thanks, Dame.
Yeah, no, that was good.
It took us like about 45 minutes to find the F2 pits.
Yeah.
And the pits, and then we
God.
got lost. Oh, it was
Have you
so
guys
funny.
seen with the F1 tickets this year? You actually have to
That's
register.
a joke. That is an
You got to
absolute
register
joke.
by tomorrow,
Yeah.
or you can't even get a ticket.
Really?
Yeah, no, there's a ballot. So
Yeah.
it's not even...
You're not guaranteed a ticket.
There's
Oh,
a ballot now for...
How fucked is that? How popular it's got?
stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It won't matter for us, but boys, we'll get.
We'll get media
Yeah,
passes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll be in.
We'll be in. God. So, big Ferrari fan, as we touched on. And so, are you into the V8s?
Yeah, look, I was. Well, you know, always will be. I love motorsport. You know.
Yeah.
I've got fuel through my veins, not blood, as I say.
Yep.
Blue blood, Ford man.
Yeah.
Okay.
On and off the track.
Yep.
You know, with work, I've been lucky enough to get into, like you touched base, you know,
Yeah,
garages, whether it be the Chev one this year at the Grand Prix. Actually, it's all been either Holden or Chev. So you
Yeah,
know,
right.
The enemy's territory, but yeah, look, it's a bit different this year, I think. You know, with these new Gen 3 cars.
It hasn't taken
Bit
off like we
disappointing.
thought.
Yeah.
I thought, that, like, I've been waiting for this change for years.
Yeah, you know, they
And
talked
thinking-
it up so much.
Yeah, and then, like,
it's
it
just
was-
fizzled.
It was going to flick a switch, and then now all the drivers want to leave, it sounds like. So, yeah, I mean, I think we always talk about domination in sport, domination of Red Bull in the F1s at the moment,
Yeah.
domination of Schumacher back in the day.
Yeah.
There's always been domination, and we've had the domination of obviously Red Bull in the V8s as
Yeah.
well. But I don't think that's the problem with V8s.
It's
and we
not the
touched,
problem.
It's not the problem. It's
No.
it's.
No.
I think free to air TV.
Yeah,
I
100%.
think
Yeah.
It's
Um,
all. I think I saw David Reynolds post on his Instagram the other day, like the schedule for on TV.
Yeah.
But it's all KO or Foxtel.
Yeah.
KO or Foxtel.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
not
and it
everyone
doesn't-
has access to it.
That's all right.
And the odd
That's
60-year-old punter who lives up in Seymour,
Yeah.
who watches it once a fortnight, you can't watch it. Like, that's your fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your fan base. So, anyway.
And with that, the cars are just unrelatable these days. And I've said
Yeah.
it so many
Yeah.
times. You know, no one's going to buy a $180,000 Camaro.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Well, exactly right. We touched on this last week. Is Commodore? Yeah, it was a big, modified V8 Commodore, but you could go buy a Commodore for 40 grand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You
know?
know, put the wings on it. And,
Yeah,
You know.
you could buy an SV6 for 35 grand back in the day. So yeah. Well, that's anyway. Watch this space because it looks like there's some big changes with the V8s, but we'll get onto that soon. So.
yeah. That'll be interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks, Damo.
No, thank you.
Anything
Thanks
else
for
to
coming
add for Damo? Special guest.
Nah, that's it. I love it.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
For having
Thanks
me.
for coming in.
Thanks for taking my podcast virginity.
I popped your cherry,
You
mate.
guys were gentle. Thank you.
No, thanks for the insight, mate. It's
awesome.
and we look forward to doing this again.
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
Definitely. I'll have to roll on some of the merch.
Yeah.
As in, a couple of helmets.
Yeah,
Get
100%.
that print up here, at least.
We'll
Yeah.
swap. We'll swap you some merch.
Yeah, done. Why not?
Cool.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Done.
Hey boys.
What's going on, boys?
You know what I was doing at about 10:30 last night?
What was that? Oh, come on, mate. Turn it
Snooze
up.
fest.
I agree. I don't normally agree with you, but I agree.
You know what the
It's
point?
shit
You know the
house.
point of time for me when I know the race is boring. I pick this up.
Yeah, same. And I never do that.
No.
I was on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's
TikTok,
terrible.
Daniel. Shit.
Did you like my TikToks at least?
I did.
Actually,
good man.
you should
He's,
get around that.
he's a Riz master, Daniel. Riz King.
Turn it up.
Yeah. So I mean, good weekend.
Sprint race was good.
Spring race was good. Yeah. It was. We got some points tonight about aerodynamics on a MotoGP bike. Though,
I've
because,
got a gripe.
yeah.
I've got a gripe. I'm not
What's
happy.
the results there, Dan? Give us the results for the
All
weekend.
right. So we'll start with the sprint. Pecco Bagnaia first.
Oh, that's the race, isn't it?
Brad
Yeah.
Binder second.
Yep.
Martin third.
Third.
Alex Marquez fourth. And Miller rounding out the five.
Yeah.
Which is not bad for him.
Yeah, geez,
He's frustrating.
Someone commented on our post yesterday. They go, "Can someone please tell me how Miller every weekend gets up there? He's the top 3 or 4, and then he's the only rider that drifts back down through the grid."
Man, he plummeted in that main race.
Big time.
Yeah.
Is it tyres?
I think he finished behind Marquez and all those.
I think almost.
Get
Just
up
about.
the
The
main
main
race.
race. So we'll quickly run through the main race. Pecco first, Binder second, Bezzecchi third, Marini fourth, Alex Marquez rounding out the 5.
Jesus, look at 15.
Miller 15th.
Fuck, a point
25
behind
seconds.
Augusto Fernandez
Yeah.
and Morbidelli and Quartararo. Shit.
That's shocking, man.
Well, when your teammate finishes second and you finish 20 seconds behind, I mean, there's no excuse.
What is it though? Like, what is it? Do any of you guys have a theory on?
Oh,
He just cooks his tyres.
Cooks the tyres. Yeah.
But it was 3 laps in.
But it's Jack.
I know.
That's his riding. We've seen it time and time again.
I actually have a little point on that, and I saw it last night. Do you see how much he gets pumped up at the start?
I love it.
Yeah, fucking, he pumps himself. He's
Yeah,
whacking
yeah,
himself.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I think he needs to calm down.
No, I love that.
Needs to just chill.
I saw another point.
Is he ripping up the tires so early in the race? But I swear to God, sometimes we watch the race and he's holding the pack up, saving his tires, and then he falls through the pack. So it can't just be tires.
I saw another point where someone made that because you skip Moto 2, where you learn about a lot of tyre development.
That's right.
Wow.
And how to conserve your tires, because that's what a lot of Moto 2 is. It's much of a chess match. That maybe that's the case. Like, who knows? We're armchair experts.
God, we saw in Moto 2
fuck.
yesterday how much of a chess match. He came from nowhere, didn't he?
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, he did, really.
But we'll touch on that.
Oh,
We'll
so
touch on that shortly. Yeah.
But with that, it's 3 laps in.
I think it's one of those things. He just tries too hard from the get-go. Like you said, it's probably something he missed coming through that.
That's a great point,
mid-rank,
Jim. Great point.
It's one of those things where you just got to nurse him for a bit. He's good at holding up a pack. We've seen that.
I mean, he's got so much talent. It's undoubtedly, but
Yeah.
there's just something missing.
I'd love to know what it is.
I think his style probably doesn't help too. He loves backing it in.
Yeah.
He's very harsh on the bike, which
But-
we love to watch.
But Binder has a very similar style.
Yeah, that's
though.
true.
Yeah, but look, and this is going to be controversial, but I think Binder is a much better rider than Jack Miller. And I love Jack. I really do. But we've got to look at this realistically. I think Binder's more talented than Jack.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
It's such a hard. And I know we always joke about how we joked about Petrucci in the rain the other day, but I find talent really comes out when it gets slippery.
Yes.
Definitely does in F1. You look at those champions of the years, and obviously how much talent he shows because it equalizes all the machinery.
Yeah.
And how good he is in the rain, but yeah, I don't know the answer. I wish I did. I'd be a very rich man.
Oh, absolutely. It's just frustrating because we love him so much. We want to see him do so well.
Oh, for sure.
And he's putting the bike in good spots.
Yeah, and he is. He's he'll either lead a race for a few laps or qualifies really well.
Yeah.
It's just he hits reverse gear, and I'd love to know what it is. It must be just cooking tires. Maybe it's a setup thing that they haven't dialed in right as well.
Maybe
things like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors,
Man,
and that's the
there's
thing.
so many factors.
We sit here and say, "Oh, yeah, he's not as talented," and blah blah blah. What do we know? There could be heaps of different things. The bike doesn't suit him, that sort of thing. But it has been a common problem for him on his third manufacture now.
Yeah.
So, but man, you know what? How far KTM has come?
Oh, it's
How
unbelievable.
awesome
man.
was that? The crowd.
Yeah.
And I look back, and I was actually doing some research on KTM. They first came back to the Grand Prix racing in 2017, and they were nowhere.
Yeah.
Remember how
Yeah,
nowhere they
yeah.
were? Zarco didn't want to race for
Yeah.
them. They left, and then I think obviously they didn't get it. Binder didn't get it done on the weekend, but it just showed how far they've come.
Yeah, and they've kept pumping money into it, and they've slowly built up their rider base.
And they've
as
grown
well.
the brand as well.
Yeah, massively.
For me, KTM is like a premium brand now. I know they don't have that super bike on the market.
But then you look at enduro and dirt bikes.
Yeah, but it's grown the
one.
brand. I just think it's a more premium brand now.
Well,
100%.
you look at Moto3, and we'll touch on it soon, but the top 4-5 riders. It was a KTM, a Gas, and a Husky,
yeah,
all fighting for the leads. It's
Yeah.
like, cool.
Yeah.
It shows you where it's at.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
No, they're doing well.
So all through the categories, and it's I just love. I love the brand. I love when the camera goes to their pit box.
Yeah.
And you got Pit Bar, pun the pun.
Yeah.
And everyone, they're all the same faces there every weekend.
Aki Io.
Aki
He's been there for
Yeah.
how many years? 20 years.
So I just think
He's
they've
a
done
legend.
such a good job with the brand.
They have, and they got the biggest sponsor that you can get, Red Bull.
I think that
all
helps
over
them so
their back.
much,
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Yeah.
And it goes hand in hand. Red Bull, KTM. It's like
Red
all
Bull
connected
Ring.
and connected and at their home track. So
And like you see in Austria, they had the Red Bull helicopters, the Red Bull
Yeah.
plane flying over.
Yeah, there's a dude that did a backflip over Binder's GP bike.
Yeah.
so cool.
Like, and it just even like stuff on their socials is amazing.
Yeah.
Like they got Jack and Binder to drive themselves from the airport to the track in those new KTM Expos or Crossbows, whatever they're called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And it was just unreal little
Yeah.
bit of footage. So
Yeah. No, I'm
they
with
did
ya.
definitely doing it right.
Yeah, speaking of the Red Bull Ring, it's just not the same track with that chicane though, is
Yeah.
it?
Nah,
No good. It's no good.
It's
Yeah,
just
but-
it just lost that extra
Because
X
it
factor.
was so full on going into that third turn.
Yeah.
Um,
Because that second turn,
Yeah.
it used to be turn 2,
Yeah.
that this slight left was a hard turn in a MotoGP, full flat on a
Yeah.
F1 car. So it wasn't really even a turn in the F1s, but
yeah.
such a challenging spot.
And then you're going up the hill to brake
Yeah.
into a 90-degree.
And almost cambering on the right as
Yeah.
well. So you got to like come up through the hill, brake.
Yeah.
So cool. But yeah.
You can understand why they have it after that crazy crash, but it does take a little bit of the joy out of it.
I think
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I just hate when they have such knee-jerk reactions to those things.
Yeah, I'm with you. No one died.
Well, no, it's not like the last corner of Barcelona, I suppose. They had to
Yeah.
make where they put the chicane in there for a few. Did you ever have the chicane in the MotoGP? Yeah.
It's terrible. It ruined that track.
And then now it's back, both the
Yeah.
F1s and it's
Yeah.
back. So
hopefully it'll come back eventually.
yeah.
Anyway, boys, I got a gripe with the aero.
Yeah.
I know Daniel doesn't agree with me. I know you agree with me.
God, I agree with you so much.
It's the tires. I
Yeah.
think Michelin have a part to play in all this.
Yep.
And it's the aero, obviously, because in my opinion,
Yep.
look, Binder, Pecco is still the best rider out there.
Yep.
And even if there was an aero, he might have still won. He probably still would have won, but I just don't think the aero lets the boys race. As in, they've got it's a shoot to the line to the first corner to see who gets out in front, and then it's they've got 4 to 5 laps, and then the tire's cooked.
Yeah.
Now the differences is back in the day, let's say 10 years ago, classic Rossi used to put pressure on just say Gibernau for 20 laps to make them put that into a mistake, and then it'd all build up to those last few corners. And
Because you can't sit behind anyone
yeah,
anymore.
you can't.
No.
Even for the last few laps or whatever it is. Like perfect example, Rossi, Marquez, Dovi used to do that in
Yeah.
Austria.
Yeah.
They just can't do that, and then they've cooked their front tire, then that's it. It just doesn't allow for any racing, and then people say it's boring because Pecco's dominating, is winning by 6 seconds. It's not that at all because everyone's done that. Marquez has done that. Rossi's
that's
done
right.
that. Stoner, Lorenzo, they've all done it. But it's more of a joy for them to watch it because they're better. And back then, with the no aero, there was no one to go with them. So you'd watch Lorenzo just say, who'd punch a minute 32 sevens, 20 laps in a row.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to catch him. It was amazing.
He's on rails.
Yeah, where I just don't think if there was no aero, then I reckon Binder would have just had a much better shot of winning that.
And he
race.
also would have taken that chance of going up the inside on the
Yeah.
brakes because it really affects braking as well.
Yeah.
And we saw that with Bezecchi at Silverstone a couple of weeks back with the aero wash that he had. And it's the same thing as F1 was a few years ago.
Yeah.
You got out in the front and the guy behind you couldn't pass.
And
they know that. They want to get out to the front.
Yeah. I think it just diminishes the racing, and then it's boring for
Yeah.
the viewers. And I'm more than happy for someone to lead the race.
Yeah.
And lead it by 10 seconds on pure talent. And no doubt Bagnaya's got the talent.
Yeah.
He obviously does. But I just think it's not allowing other riders to then make that pass, to stick behind them and play that chess match that we all love.
Yeah.
It's just not happening. And I think that's just what I find so frustrating with it at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because there is, and that's a great point you touched on with the pressure, the
Yeah.
pushing someone into a mistake. You can't sit behind someone
you can't
anymore.
do that anymore. And that's half of MotoGP.
It was, yeah. And even like going back to the Rossi days, you saw that. Marquez used to do that a lot.
All the greats did it.
Marquez used to sit behind, and you know he was faster, but he was just waiting for them
Make a mistake.
their tires to wear out.
Yeah.
And that was the great thing about it, and it kept it exciting, even if they weren't passing.
Yeah.
It was a chess match.
Yeah.
It was anticipating that event to happen.
Yeah.
And I think in MotoGP probably 2 or 3 years ago was a lot of that.
Yeah.
It was a race to the last 2 laps.
Yeah.
And then it was an exciting 2 laps. But at least we got those exciting 2 laps.
Exactly
Now we get
right.
nothing.
Exactly right. And it's just, it's like you can't even do a dive bomb anymore.
No.
Like, and what's so frustrating is I can never normally predict a MotoGP race. I will never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I knew as soon as Pecco would last those 5 laps,
Yeah.
the race was done. And then it was done.
What did
And that
Nicky
was it.
Hayden used to say? He used to say, this is why we all do this, because anything can happen on Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah.
See? I love it. Where it was just too predictable. And, it's not great. I think it's just a warning for the future. Not every race is going to be like this. Alicia Spargo won 12th.
Yeah, that's right.
Silverstone. But I think it's a warning of what can happen. If every race turns into that, then you're already competing with Formula One. Your racing needs to be good.
Yeah, it needs to be on point.
Yeah.
Look, I agree with you in terms of the aero, and it's messing with racing as a whole. But you got to remember, this is a Ducati track. This track is suited so much to their bike. I think regardless of whatever happened, and I'm just going to speak for this weekend, that was a fucking ride and a half by Pecco. Like, you look at his
100%.
lap times, they're at that 130 point whatever. So he did the yards, 100%. I think Aero might have had maybe 5% in terms of this race's play. I don't think Brad Binder could have kept up with him. And Crafar even said it. He had a tired Deg early on. So I wholeheartedly agree in terms of Aero fucking it for most races. Like you said, 3-4 laps and they're backing off, then trying to go again, or someone's blown out a lead because of that. But I'll have to disagree for this week's race. I think it was just pure domination from...
Well, we'll see what happens over the next few weekends,
Yeah.
I suppose.
I get what you're saying. And look, maybe in another 5 to 10 laps time, if there was no aero, Pecco would have charged off.
Yeah.
Fine. But maybe in those 5 to 10 laps, Binder put enough pressure or put enough passes in to then
or
make a
shown
mistake.
a front wheel or something.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting to is undoubtedly Pecco is, the master at the moment.
And on the brakes
And
as well.
hate
He's
to
amazing
him.
on the brakes.
He's
Yeah.
amazing.
All he has to do is brake. That's the moment later, and
Yeah.
no one's ever going to pass
Exactly
him.
right.
Because the aero and everything goes
Yeah.
into that as well.
It's just you can't
And we saw that with Bez in
create that
Silverstone.
racing. Yeah. It's just not creating that racing that,
Yeah.
What we
It's so
want.
frustrating.
And
Yeah.
that is the thing. That's the essence of MotoGP. Is
Yeah.
that passing, repassing, what we used to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why everyone loves it.
I actually saw a funny tweet. I don't know if you guys know him. He's in the paddock. Matt Oxley. He's like a
Yeah.
journo. He went up to the bikes afterwards, after the race, and they were doing all the tire pressure monitoring. They basically booted him out and then shut the roller doors. And he was talking about, like, what's going on here? Why can't anyone see what these tire pressures are? So I think there's more to it than what we think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know Pecco came out and said he was struggling to find the limit because of the pressures.
Yeah, they need to do
And
something
even with
about
the,
it.
and the aero came into
Yeah.
play because of that as well.
And I think Michelin has a part to play in it as well for
Yeah.
their tires.
It's getting ridiculous, the aero now. You got 2 wings on the back. You got now an extra wing in the middle.
Yeah.
You got you got 4 wings on the front of the bike. Like that Red Bull KTM bike does look sick. I like the look of it, but looking back 10 years ago, those bikes, it was just so much cleaner.
Yeah.
And they don't need to go a second and a half faster.
No.
Why do they?
But we're not worried about that.
No, we don't care.
No one cares.
No one cares. They're still going to be faster
Yeah.
than super
I
bikes.
don't give a shit about it's a fucking side clip.
But it's like.
That's not
We
very
just want
nice,
to see.
Tom.
Yeah.
But it's so true though. Like if you looked at Formula One from 20 years ago, those things were 25 seconds a lap slower, and the racing was still amazing.
It was
Yeah.
heaps better.
yeah. Like
We just want to see good racing. I don't care if it's your 5 seconds a lap slower.
no, and when you go to the thing, it's the sound, it's the passing. It's not they've done 132s around Phillip Island. I don't think it's
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
like no
that's
one
right.
cares.
That's all right.
So why make them? Why let them put wings on and make these things?
And
go
you see him
faster?
go full.
They need to learn from the Formula One's mistakes with this
Yeah,
era.
that's exactly what Toto Wolff said.
Yeah.
He came out and said they're making the exact same mistakes for Formula 1.
Yeah.
Which they are.
They're trying to make the cars faster, and the racing then gets worse.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what will happen is the MotoGP teams will develop bikes without the winglets, and they'll be fucking back to those same times as they will in 5 years' time.
Exactly
That's right.
They'll
We'll get
develop
back
other
there
things.
anyway, yeah.
Exactly right.
So it's always the case with tech, you know.
And it's not the team's fault or Ducati's fault. Like they're just
Of
smart
course,
ones
no.
to be.
Who would have
within
thought that
rules.
the Italians were going to be these aerodynamic kings, though?
Yeah, I know. It's
I just
crazy.
swear to God, like you think these Japanese or
Yeah.
the Germans and those, I mean,
Austrians.
those sort of countries, but I mean,
Well,
to 'em.
typically there were always a lighter bike and a more nimble bike at the Jap manufacturers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the Italian bikes were known for having a lot more power.
power and
Or Euro bikes, I should say.
couldn't turn, yeah,
But yeah, they couldn't turn.
but now they can.
But yeah, now they've got it down pat.
But did you see the acceleration out of the corners from the Dukes versus the Red Bulls, the KDMs?
Well, and that's the thing, right?
It was
KTM's
heaps.
come such a long way, and they've done
Yeah.
amazing. They've been super quick,
Yeah.
but man, Ducati left them for dead on the weekend.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I was actually shocked because I
Yeah.
thought there would have been times on the straights where Binder would have actually sort of caught
He got-
him even
he
more.
got nowhere
but
near him.
He got demolished.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong.
But the problem is, and I think this is what doesn't help, and I've touched on it so many times, Pecco's fucking boring to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got no... Who wins a race? If I won a race by 5 seconds, I would be going fucking running into the crowd half naked, like Scott Redding did and ripped off his leathers in his last race ever.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a little fist bump? Wheelie over the fucking line, man. Like, do something fun.
Is it this,
The personality.
Yeah, that's what he does. He goes like that.
The personality has gone,
It's gone.
and I think
you
it,
can't create that either. Like
No,
you can't
you
say
just have
Pecco,
it.
oh, be like more like Rossi. You can't. You're either born with it or you're not born with it.
Yeah, it's right. But, like, you know
So-
what I mean? If fucking someone takes a big win, they're going to do a massive wheel. If, say, Miller wins, he does a massive fucking
Yeah.
stoppie.
I
Like,
think it's boring because a lot of his races aren't crazy battles like we're used to
Yeah.
seeing.
Well, when he does get into a
But-
battle, he makes mistakes, and that's probably what's missing now. With
and
He's
even
a
the
lot
ones,
cleaner now.
yeah,
Yeah.
and even the ones he won that he was battling and not making those mistakes, it's the same thing. Show a bit more enthusiasm, mate. You've just gone through, like with Bastianini, with Marquez for his first race win. Like,
Yeah.
have a bit about you.
because he was leading in he was leading in San Marino Grand Prix at what's that track of the Marco Simoncelli?
Yeah, Masano.
Misano, yeah, he was leading Misano. Was that him back guy when he was going for his
And he
first?
hit the tear off.
He hit the tear off and
yeah.
fell. Do you
yeah,
remember that?
yeah. That was,
When
when
Clot-
Pramac.
He was on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
I
That was
did,
Jack Miller's tear off.
I didn't know it was actually a tear off, and like those were the things that Bagnaia used to do though in those high pressure situations. He used to
Yeah.
crash, and now he's like,
Nah,
Flick
he's
the
the opposite.
switch.
Yeah,
Yeah, now you can't.
remember that he was
phase
leading by
it.
like 5 seconds and he crashed.
Fuck, what a
Fuck.
spew.
yeah.
In Italy.
For his first race win.
Yeah.
Just coming back off a broken leg, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Something
Something like that.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll run with that.
Yeah.
But you know, he was on rails on the weekend, but it's just boring.
Did
And
he
that's
have
fine.
one mistake? Did he have one
Nah.
mistake?
From what
Did
I
he run
seen.
wide once in the sprint race or the race?
Oh,
Not
he
once.
got track limits warning in the race,
Oh,
but
That can be bullshit as well.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Trigger went off that time.
Well, apparently Binder on the was it Binder? Binder had a track limits warning and it was on his last one. Went on the green. He didn't get a penalty. So
Well, Costa had one. There's a good bit of footage
Oh,
of that
is
in the
there?
last corner.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Red Bull KTM onto the KTM's track on Red Bull's track. Spanish rider, like it had all the ingredients for them not to be a penalty.
Yeah.
KTM weren't getting penalised. Did you see fucking, what's his name? The head honcho of Dorna? He was dressed up in a Lederhausen.
Oh, was he?
That was so cringe.
How's the national anthem? It's like a
Yeah,
rock song.
a rock thing.
It's like Rammstein performing.
Probably was.
Breathing fire. Oh, that's funny. Speaking about KTM, Celestino Vietti
Yeah.
knocking them off. Where did
Yeah.
that come from, Daniel?
I don't know, man. Like he,
Well,
had,
where
a
One
did
too
it
many
come from?
coffees?
he had a pretty decent weekend though.
But did you see the Lappy Quarter Costa? I reckon he was 2 seconds
Man,
behind.
I
And
know.
the
Did he
next,
make a mistake at Costa?
I don't
Costa
know.
made a mistake
Oh,
and the
he
chicane
did.
almost came off.
he did too. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
that's
it cost
true.
him
A co-
almost
a-
half a second.
it accosted him.
And it accosted him.
Make that into a shirt.
You've just been accosted. So yeah,
I liked his interview after the race.
Who?
Costa.
Yeah,
It was good. He was lively. He's like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't win.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
actually.
and but he was honest. Like he goes,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I tried my best, but
Sometimes it doesn't work out like
sometimes
this.
it doesn't work
Yeah.
out like that. And that's
He's
fine.
great, man, and I think he's going to inject a bit more life into the
Yeah,
paddock.
he wore the Lederhausen when he
Yeah,
fucking
he's
had the hat
awesome,
and
man.
Stuff. He was good.
But I am concerned because he's still not running away with this championship like he has been made out to.
Yeah,
Like
like 39 points or something.
I think
It's under 20.
it's
Isn't
under
it?
20 still.
Oh shit. Okay,
So, you know,
man.
He's-
One bad race weekend.
well, and that's what happened to him. That
Yeah.
allowed Arbolino to
Yeah, he-
take the lead
He
in
crashed in
France.
Le Mans,
Yeah,
yeah.
But
but
It's
Tony,
just-
Tony Arbolino didn't do much.
sixth,
Hmm.
damage control. He was
Yeah.
cooked from the start. I don't know what was wrong, whether it was set up or him or
I
whatever.
really enjoyed the Moto2 race. I think obviously because it's unexpected finish, like unexpected win.
I'm just
but-
glad that freaking flog Jake Dixon didn't finish on the podium.
Get what's the Moto2 results? What was that again? The Costa?
Vietti.
Oh, Igura third, that's
Yeah.
right.
Agura third.
So Jake
Right,
Dixon was
Dixon.
celebrating like he won though.
And
Yeah,
Solveig Chantra.
and he's still fucking going for the title, Jake Dixon.
What? Let's not get into that.
You know what? There's some names in that field, isn't there?
Oh
Some
man,
great
it's
names.
stacked.
Yeah.
It is stacked.
Yeah, you know
Dennis
what?
Fodger, like he doesn't even get a mention these days.
I was
anymore.
literally just
His
about
name
to
is got
say,
Guevara.
Yeah,
I'm so impressed with Sergio Garcia, man.
yeah.
He's done so much better than Fodger. And look, albeit Guevara's had an injury and coming back from one, but man, Sergio Garcia's really stepped it up. Out
first
of
year
those-
on the first year on that bike. Yeah,
Out of those three guys that came up, shout out to Sergio. He's done really well.
That's a tough field to go into. Moto2. It's just
Yeah.
always been difficult. Unless you're like a Costa or someone like that.
yeah. Man, I was watching Dennis on Chu in Moto3. We'll go on Moto3 shortly, but he's just a guy that is screaming out for a bigger bike, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fuck, he just needs because is he a bigger boy? Is that a straight line speed issue? 'Cause
I don't
he's,
think he's overly big.
he's just
but-
struggling on the straights.
Nah, he's tiny.
Yeah, he's
I'm
not
seeing
big.
him in
He's
GP,
big.
yeah.
Because he looks the same as Augusto Fernandez. They look very similar. Or is it the other Fernandez? I swear to God, James was like, oh, that's him. It was actually
Raul Fernandez.
Raul Fernandez.
maybe?
And then we
Yeah,
saw
right.
them both walking. We're like, holy fuck, we just saw twins during
Yeah,
MotoGP.
yeah. It was like Inception.
They look so similar. Because we like one of them walked out of here, then one of them walked out of there.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it was just interesting seeing that. Is he signed for Moto2 next year or
Not yet, I
Nah.
don't think.
Okay.
But I think a lot of his trainings with Sofoglu's camp,
yeah, okay.
and they train on bigger bikes, like I said, X6s,
Yeah.
R6, all that kind of jazz. So I think he knows how to throw a bike around pretty well.
I think, like they were mentioning on the commentary when I was watching Moto3, was he's just like lacking straight line speed.
Yeah.
And you saw that in the race. And he was just really throwing that bike around. I'd really like to see him on a bigger bike.
It'll be interesting.
I mean, another year or two, I reckon.
Yeah.
But fuck, it was a good
They
race.
seem to keep him down quicker, longer these days. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they don't promote you as quick anymore.
No, his Moto2 is just too hard. And
Yeah.
it can ruin your career.
Yeah.
That's
But,
true.
What was the results of Moto
Moto 3,
3?
Onshu, Danny Holgado, Ayumi Sasaki, Colin Vaya.
Yeah, he did
That,
well.
that was cool. Colin Vara,
Yeah,
he's
on
come.
pole as
yeah.
well.
Yep.
He
And
looked fast at the start.
Ortola did well.
Man, that was a great race.
Actually,
Actually, all the way down to the
Oh,
end.
yeah, it was a
Man,
good
I
one.
really enjoyed that race because I know you guys love the pack finishes, but I'm not a huge fan of them because some guy from 7th can get a slipstream and win.
That's
That's
great.
mad,
That's
but-
what's
No,
great.
I'm happy with like a battle of 4 going at it because those 4 deserve to be there. Okay, they've raced the whole time. They're not going to get fucking slipstream on the last corner to win.
Jesus, that's controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
I'm not with you there.
I'm just like a big fan of that. I think Dennis Onshu deserved that race win.
He did.
I'm so wrapped he won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
I'm a big fan of his.
There you go.
Do you see the slipstream, like not slipstream, but the fucking battle on the line? It was so unusual, both either side of the track.
I'm surprised on Holgado actually came second because of his line.
Yeah.
I would have thought Sasaki and Vaya would have finished on the podium, but he just seemed to
Yeah.
get good drive. You know what that reminded me of? 2020.
Yeah, with Miller and Polo Spargo and our boy
Oliveira.
Miguel.
Fuck, he
the
must be.
world's unluckiest.
Dude.
Oh,
Well, it's luckiest.
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 Stepsister vibes.
Play the intro.
You're the best stepbro I could ever ask for. Oh, man, he's gonna have a break though. Fuck, he got knocked out by Martin, and let's go back to that. I think
Yeah,
fucking-
how did we miss this?
bro, Vinales' poor start actually caused that accident in the race.
Yeah, he put
He
his
put
bike
it in-
sprint race.
he's got a new gear now. He's got
Yeah, I
reverse.
was gonna say.
man,
Put
how-
it into reverse.
And the thing is, he's not the start. Like, even the race, he started okay, the initial start, and he just breaks so much earlier than everyone else.
No, he got a shocking start both.
No.
times.
Oh, the real race wasn't as bad as in off the line.
Yeah, the sprint race was
Terrible.
He must just not get it hooked up.
Bro, just sit on.
I don't know, man. I don't even know he has use a clutch or something like that.
Go grab a 2-year-old bike, go on a track and just practice 100 starts every day. Like, that's what he has to do. Seriously,
It's true. He's terrible.
man. And you know what? His mid race pace was actually really good.
It's
It's
just
typical of him, but
man,
I
it
know.
hasn't changed in how many years?
Yeah,
Since
but he
he's
wasn't
been
as
in
bad
years.
on the Yamaha.
No,
on the Yamaha.
Yamaha he was terrible as well.
No,
He
but I'm
was-
saying early days Yamaha. It all happened during
can't remember.
COVID with the full tank, and he just was fucking hopeless.
full tank Maverick.
We fucking blamed everything, didn't we? Full tank,
Yeah,
the
it's
bloody,
been everything.
the tires, this, that, the
clutch
the
slipping
clutch.
now.
Everyone's on the same tank of fuel, and everyone's on the same tires. Get it right.
I'd love to
Christ.
go back and find his turning point because he wasn't that bad.
He must have got knocked off at the start or something. His fucking
It must be a
confidence.
mental thing.
Yeah.
It can't be a mental thing for 7 years. It's the
How do they
therapist.
accept that? How do they accept that? I
Yeah,
swear.
I don't know.
Well, that's what's going to cost Aprilia a championship ultimately.
Yeah,
is
they need
keeping those two
a different
blokes
rider.
around.
Now
They do need a fucking class rider in that team.
they do.
That's where Marquez going to Aprilia would be amazing.
It would
Nah,
be
Fabio.
Fabio was
That's who
suited
they-
to a
that's who they
fucking
need to
T.
chase.
True.
Yeah.
Well, that's achievable next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll probably happen. Whose fault was it? Martin or Marini's?
Look, that's just racing incident,
Nah.
man.
Yeah,
That-
I agree.
Racing
yeah,
incident.
Yeah,
I
that
agree.
one racing incident.
Oh, I think because the context of what happened earlier in the race
Didn't help it.
didn't help it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think when someone is ahead of you going into that corner, I think you usually do yield.
You got to concede.
Yeah. But he was going into the corner. He can't do much from there as well. So
Yeah.
again, it's easier for us to sit here and say, "Oh, he should have broken early," but he's probably already on the brakes.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
saw him pass him. So
Marini probably could have sat it up, but then it would have compromised him. But
how funny was seeing Rossi going?
I was like
Oh.
a new meme.
it's gonna be for sure.
Because Marine looked good as well.
Yeah, he had a strong weekend, man. I think
Again-
he's been really good, man. Like,
Yeah, but
he's
again,
been impressive.
he just needs that extra.
Yeah,
yeah,
Bez
but
has
you know,
got the extra.
Bez has got it.
Yeah.
But Marini's just chipping away, man.
He is.
Yeah.
He's,
just-
getting like consistent top sevens,
Yeah,
top
he's just-
sixes.
Yeah.
It'll click eventually. I'm not saying he's gonna be a world champion or anything, but you know, a race win can't be too far away for him.
And that first corner of Martin, you know what? Fucking Quattararo did an amazing job to keep that bike
Yeah,
upright.
yeah.
Unbelievable. Man, what's going on with Bastianini?
He's
I
cooked.
know, man.
What's going on?
Pressure must be mounting. And I know he's got another year, but I would be starting to play with your head now. Especially after Austria. We talked about this.
He topped the session, though. He topped warm-up.
10 minutes.
Counts for that.
But he's gone from... And I think the same thing with Morbidelli. You look, if we were 4 years earlier, Morbidelli finished second in the World Championship. Bastianini was a gun last year.
Yeah.
And then it happens so quickly that that just gets forgotten about.
It does, man. It really does.
And we're probably our own worst enemy with that, but...
yeah, of course. You always think of the now.
Because if...
Very rarely do you go back on it.
Yeah.
What do you think if Morbidelli goes to Primac?
No. That whole situation is not good. I'm not happy with that, Daniel.
I think it's a good move. It's a good move.
You got to take your Italian...
It's
I
no,
know,
it's got
He's gotta
nothing.
take the hat off.
He
It's got
shouldn't get
nothing
that
to do
seat
with
just
that.
because he's Italian, though. I
But
swear.
it's got nothing to do with that. I'm not looking at it from that. This goes back to exactly what we said 2 seconds ago. Is we forgot what he was.
Yeah. Well, that's what got us to this point.
Yeah, you got to remember he
fell into a second place championship. So did Juan Mir. Juan.
fell in his lap.
Juan.
You got to remember the guy can put it on pole. He's got 1 lap pace. We've seen he's a race winner.
Bro, for 2 years, he's been fucking nowhere.
Yeah, but you know what, man?
And last year, he was fucking nowhere, and Quattararo still a second title.
Yeah, but that's a different ball game. You're not comparing the same thing. I'm not saying Morbidelli's as good as Quattararo. I'm not saying he's good as Martin or anything like that.
Okay,
but I would pick him over Zarco any day of the week.
But what about
On that bike, look at what Alex Marquez has done.
What,
Let's look at it properly now. Alex Marquez is a fucking dud. Really? Because what did he do on Honda?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, when it got it rained, he rained once and he did okay.
Yeah, with the Rainmaster Danilo.
Yeah.
but
And
did
look,
okay at,
but look what he's done now on the Ducati.
Yeah. I mean,
So you can't purely rule someone out because they look like they're doing shit. And Morbidelli's more proven than what Alex Marquez is in MotoGP.
You know what's a
Yes,
classic? You know what's a
correct.
classic argument for that? It would be Lorenzo on the Ducati, and then suddenly fucking started winning.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? For years,
That's right.
Years he was shit, or not shit, but didn't get the result. Boom, something clicked, and he won. Did he win 3 out of the last 4 races or something?
Yeah. My point is, Bezzecchi deserves that seat more, and
He
Bezzecchi
doesn't-
should be in that
but he
factory
won't
ride.
go.
I know, but that's
I think
ridiculous
Bezzecchi
because
has
he's
the
turning
chance
down
for
a
that,
factory ride.
Yeah, but they're Aussie
He's
fact,
not,
though. They're all
but
Aussie.
tell me who's won a world title not on a factory bike, and don't say 2001 Rossi because that was a factory bike. So you're just ruling yourself out of a title.
Well, that's his choice at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
that's a stupid choice, and
100% it is. I agree with you.
And
I
he
would
shouldn't
go.
be dragged down to that.
But I don't,
That's crazy. He's too good to be on a year-old bike.
Yeah, but I think, to be honest with you, who's the last time that someone's won a championship on a satellite bike? As in
But it's a better
a
shot.
satellite team, though.
What?
Rossi 2001.
Yeah, so then what you have to do is you have to do one more year, but Bastianini can fucking yeet off and he'll go to the factory team.
No, because they want a factory bike on that Ducati. But then they're just going to go to Yamaha and ruin his career on the Yamaha.
No, what I'm saying is
Yeah, but I can't see Yamaha being down for that long.
Bezzecchi will go to factory Ducati after next year.
After Bastianini.
Yeah, so Bastianini will.
But Bastianini has to have a shocker.
Yeah.
Well, not a shocker. I think he has to win. If he doesn't
He has
get
to be
consistent.
top 3.
Oh, exactly. If he's not finished on the podium and Bags is still winning next year, he's out.
Yeah. But you really can't complain anyway because this year's bike's good. So he's going to have this year's bike next year.
I know, but you're never... The next bike's going to be better. And
Not always, though.
I know, but you're never going to win a title on a bike that's lesser. It's never happened.
I know, but
There might be something else at play that we don't know about.
exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully for his sake, because I'm a big fan of Bezzecchi, and he needs to be on a better bike. It's better for racing.
Yeah.
A huge fan of Bezzecchi. I love him. I love the way he goes about it, and he has that little bit of extra.
He does. He's got a bit of X
Panache.
factor, yeah.
Yeah, we like that
Yeah.
word.
And I just think Morbidelli taking his spot is just dumb. It's really dumb.
But Ross has pretty much come out and said
I
it.
know, but
That's what's
Yeah.
happening.
I know.
And then he's come out and said he wants to stay.
Yeah. But who
So-
goes to Pramac though? Tell me another rider.
Yeah, it's going to be Morbidelli, which is fine. But what I'm saying is him going on Prima Parmac's fine, but over Bezzecchi I think is crazy.
Yeah.
But if that's a rider choice,
But it's
then what do you
Bezzecchi's
do?
choice.
It's
so-
a stupid choice.
Yeah, well,
He can't
That's
help it
stupid
though.
advice.
It's a Rossi for an Italian factor.
it's
Yeah, I
it's
know.
a fucking thick hair. It can't get through to his ears.
Stupid.
But
Oh, Jimmy's fucking on fire.
He's on.
Yeah.
Buddy had a buddy. I don't know what I've had. Steak before, and got some cow blood in me.
but look, I think Frankie there is a good move.
Yeah.
I think, and it's something he needs.
If he doesn't do anything on that bike, though.
Oh,
then
hey,
he's
if he
done.
does, I'll eat my words. If he
Yeah.
doesn't do anything on
Well,
that bike,
He's
I'll
not
eat
going
it.
to do anything on that bike.
Oh,
He's
here we
not going to
go.
do anything on that bike.
Oh,
Steak dinner.
done.
All right, yeah, done.
What is nothing or doing nothing on the bike? He doesn't get a podium on that bike.
Nah, fuck. You owe me a steak.
They'll fucking rain once and he'll fluff a second place.
Yeah. But that's...
And he's not far. Look at it. If you're looking at it,
he's
as
going
well,
to be
he's not
he's
far
gonna-
behind Quartararo this year. It's not like Quartararo's 15 spots in front of him like last year.
Yeah. But how... I don't know. He actually did all right. What did he finish, 12 or something?
He's so good at making you feel shit. Tom.
Hey, it doesn't bother me. I'm
The
sticking
best of
by
the
it.
rest, I think they call that.
The best of the rest.
Or-
No, wasn't that Mark Marquez that finished there?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Hey, no, in all due respect, congratulations for finishing your first race of the year, buddy. Well done.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have some choice words with you boys after this episode.
He looks like he's going to stay on the Repsol next
Yeah,
year.
where's he gonna go? Well, who knows?
But what's going on? Any more news about
Nah.
the third KDM team?
Well, Augusto Fernandez has come out and said he's staying at Gas.
Okay.
Are they gonna flick off Pole? But that's just gonna put a Costa in there. Somehow they're gonna fit a Costa in there somewhere.
I think Costa's gone, and they'll just put him in. Sorry, Polo Spargo's gone. They'll just put a Costa on the gas.
I heard they'll put him into like a testing role
yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Reserve
gonna be
rider.
But that's fair enough. He's had his time. He's had a
I
crack
think
at it.
so, yeah.
Apparently, he's a lovely guy.
Pole.
Yeah, loveliest guy on the grid. They say.
Yeah, right on. I would have thought Zarco would have been up for that mantle.
Yeah.
Bro, did you see the interview with Zarko when he had to 10 fire questions?
No.
Oh my god, MotoGP. We'll clip it in. It's hilarious.
Yeah?
He's like,
Friends.
he looks like he's so like, so tense. Someone commented saying, "Man, he looks more tense. He looks less tense riding a motorbike around 300 kilometers around a track than he is answering questions. He's like stuttering and shit. He can't handle it. It's hilarious. What's your favorite music? He's like, the Beatles.
Sorry.
I think you said pass to one of the questions. Oh, it's so
that's
funny.
fucking funny.
Speaking about him, big payday.
Yeah.
Two-year deal at LCR Honda.
There goes Zarko. I won't see him in the top 10 for the next 2 years.
You know
Hey?
what? A good move though, because
I know,
he's right
take
though.
the money,
He's
take the
right though
money.
because he
Yeah.
said, "Look, I can have one more year at Pramac, but all these young kids coming through."
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "I'm not going to get another chance after that. Why wouldn't I take this contract when I can?"
Yeah, exactly
Take
right.
the money.
Good
Develop,
on him.
help develop the Honda.
Yeah.
That he'll be good to develop that Honda.
Yeah,
Because
he'll be
he's
great.
been doing that for Ducati.
Can you believe he's never had a race win though
I know,
in
it's
MotoGP?
crazy.
Like that is crazy.
He's actually he's actually come to be one of my favorite riders.
He's
this
had
year in
he's
Zarko.
been a journeyman in the pack. Like,
Yeah.
He's raced for freaking everyone just about.
So this is his fourth manufacturer, isn't it?
Yeah, so fun fact, he's raced on LCR Honda before for that one
Yeah.
ride in Phillip Islands.
Yep.
And Taka was injured.
When, Taka was injured
Yeah.
after he ditched KTM.
Yep. Sensationally.
Yeah, when they were shithouse. And,
Been on Yamaha.
yeah,
Yeah. So Yamaha, Honda, KTM,
and Ducati.
and Ducati.
He's been everywhere.
Fucking hell, it's crazy.
Except for Aprilia.
So everything except Aprilia. See what happens.
I know.
Jeez, what else we got in the world of motorsport, boys? We've been bloody MotoGP festing today.
Well, might as well quickly touch on motocross. Jet Lawrence 20-0
Oh, yes.
Woo!
at Budds Creek.
What an animal.
Sponsored by Bud Light.
Sponsored by Bud Light.
Cancelled.
Yeah, cancelled culture. That would be the last place Bud Light would sponsor now at the moment. They wouldn't even... You know those places in America where, like, at a baseball game, they'll sell, like, I don't know, American beers, like Coors Light or something like that.
Yeah.
They'll sell it for, like, $10, and they sell Bud Light for, like, $4 or $3 because no one's buying it.
That's crazy.
Oh,
No,
I
just-
feel like I'm missing something here.
Oh, didn't you know? They
know,
did like
the
a
whole Bud Light
trans.
thing.
They did like a trans commercial. Was it a trans commercial?
Yeah.
And they
Dylan
got
Mulvaney.
fully cancelled.
Oh, right.
Because Bud Light is like the American drink.
Yeah.
Like fucking
American.
Yeah, it's like
oh,
VB
man.
for them.
Yeah, it's like the hunk, you know. And they
Yeah.
come out and they said it was.
We don't want to be in layman's terms, like promoting, you know,
masculinity. And that's who
masculine
buys their
men.
drinks. Like it's the most.
Yeah,
Whoever
like NASCAR fans.
whoever hired that marketing team deserved to be fucking shot.
They've lost
Yeah, right.
I think it's either something along the lines of like $500 million or $1 billion or something.
Their stock
crazy.
price went like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's such a
And-
fucking crazy. And what's his name? Kid Rock posted a video of him shooting like
Yeah.
like 12 cans of
Cans.
Bud Light with his machine gun. Going
There was like this.
Bud Light.
There was like this big looting.
America.
There was like this big looting thing in America. Like they're all riding, and they all went to this liquor store, stole everything. They left the Bud Light there. It's sad.
so crazy, man.
It's sad. Like the pictures, everything was like fucking off the walls. There's like 17 cases of Bud Light just sitting there. That's it's crazy.
Sorry, back to Jet.
Anyway, that's for our political
Yeah.
Republica. So it was Budds Creek, Jet Lawrence 20-0.
Mad.
Actually had a shooter of a start. Moto 1 came from mid-pack.
No, that's
Passed
cool.
everyone, which was good. And everyone wanted to see that. Still passed everyone, went on to win. And then Moto 2 got the whole shot. Chase Sexton actually was catching him all the way to the end.
Don't tell me he crashed.
And then
Oh.
he already crashed once, Chase Sexton. And then Jet just got over the line and won. So
Nice.
And then Hunter went 2-1 and went number 1 for the overall.
Yeah, cool.
So there's only one round left, and you know Hunter's in the box seat for them to be double champs.
That's awesome, man.
And then he's got 22-0. So it's just one more round for Jet. So it's
Wow.
and pretty hard as well for Hayden Deegan. He was leading Moto 1, and then they had a big crash, red flags, and then the restart crashed in the first corner, got taken out.
No.
So that's a bit rough.
Surely 22-0. Surely
Something.
something.
All we've had so far is ABC News had a
Yes.
little bit of an interview, I think, with like an old training partner or something like that of the Lawrence boys, and a tiny little article, and that's about it for the whole season. After he won the title.
That's
Won
nuts,
the
man.
title.
Well, we're backing him 22-0.
Yeah.
We're backing him hard.
Oh, well, he's...
Good on him.
yeah. Imagine if he... I mean, don't want to say this, but fucking hell. He has to do it, doesn't he?
Well, he's done more than enough.
Yeah, he does. If he does... Yeah, who cares?
You
Like,
know,
seriously.
Rookie. You'd be pinching yourself a little bit, but
Yeah.
if you didn't go 22-0,
Yeah.
be in the back of his mind, surely.
Do you boys see the info about Felipe Massa?
So
Yeah.
what's the go there? He's suing them.
So they've actually filed it or something?
Filed a lawsuit against Formula One for so in April this year he intention to take legal action against the 2008 World Championship.
Is he just trying to get on like Drive to Survive or something like that now?
Well, he lost by a single point that year to Hamilton. We all know he thought he won.
Yeah.
But in that season there was what we call Crashgate, where Renault purposely crashed their driver, PK Jr., and Alonso went on to win the race. And he pitted on that and then they fucked it up. And then
They fucked it up, sorry?
Ferrari. So they pitted Massa, and they left with the fuel still in the when they're refueling, and he retired to retire. Or he went to the back of the grid, didn't get a point. And they've come out and said that later that year, F1 knew what happened, and they knew it was Crashgate, and they could have actually cancelled that race from there. If they cancelled that race, he would have won the World Championship, and they chose not to.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So sorry, I finally got that out. So Bernie Ecclestone suggested that he said it recently in an interview that he knew about Crashgate, and he could have taken action in the result of the championship. So.
Jeez.
Okay, well, what comes out of this? Just say...
Money.
It's just money.
Yeah, he won't be ever awarded the championship, but it's money.
It'd be hollow anyway if he won it like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's it. Oh, I mean, imagine if they took it off Hamilton. Oh, my God.
That'd be your dream.
I was really excited for that, but nah, it's just for money. And, like, think about that. He would have lost tens of millions of dollars from sponsorship from not winning it.
Sure.
So,
Bonuses.
but it's a bit hard. I mean, who knows?
It's amazing it's all coming out now, though. How
Yeah.
many years
Well,
ago?
it's because Bernie Ecclestone just revealed that in
said
an
he knew
interview.
about
Oh, fuck. You
Shot
use
himself
my
in
the
words
foot.
now.
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
So where did Hamilton finish that race anyway?
Oh, he didn't win. I think he was in the top.
Because I did see a breakdown of that year somewhere a couple of days ago, actually. About
It was such a seesawing year that year.
Yeah.
There was so many things that went on, and
because I think Massa had 6 wins and Hamilton had 5,
Yeah.
or something like that, from what I've seen.
so the race was Hamilton finished third, 6 points,
Yeah, right.
and yeah. And where is he? Feel like 13th, 35 seconds, no points. So
Far out.
that would have changed the whole whole landscape.
Yeah.
But there's so many different factors of that, what happens in the rest of the year. But it was like there was 5 races to go after that, so it was important. So there you go.
It'll be interesting to see what comes out of it.
Yeah. We should go to Singapore Grand Prix one day, boys.
Yeah, that'd be fucking dope.
Imagine that.
Sign me
Singapore's
up.
awesome. It's only it's a 5-hour flight.
What?
Yeah. Maybe 6.
Put it on the business card.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll get us about half a seat, I reckon.
It'll get us the meal on the plane.
Let's go. What's the next round, boys?
Well, we've got F1's back this weekend.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Dutch Grand Prix. So
Zandvoort. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
no, I'm gonna say I don't think we're doing tips yet, but I think Mercedes is gonna come out and have a good weekend. I got a bad feeling.
Bad feeling.
Imagine if Hamilton wins that race. Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tom would riot.
I think
wouldn't be-
a lot of the people at track would too.
I wouldn't be happy. 7-hour flight, so
Okay.
from Melbourne to Singapore.
Nice.
I've flown to Singapore.
Thank you
once.
for clearing that up.
I've flown to Singapore once, but I didn't go. I didn't leave the airport. Chang International, it's called the airport. Should I go on?
Yeah, okay. No, say, but that's for Flight Scanner podcast.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So you reckon the Mercs are going to do something?
Yeah, I got a feeling. I don't know. I have a couple of upgrades after the winter testing. Hamilton's been out on his private yacht with all his girls, chilling for 3 weeks, so he'll come back fresh.
Relieved,
that's
almost.
gone quick, that break.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Fuck, that's
Yeah,
gone
the
quick.
MotoGP one felt like forever.
I know.
I was talking to someone
Well, it was
about
1 week less, I think. That was a big thing.
Yeah, because I think they lost Kazakhstan.
Oh.
GP.
No. Have we still got India?
Yeah.
it's
I'm
still
actually
going.
so excited for that race.
Yeah, okay. We'll be dog
Such a
run
good,
over-
it's
run across
such a
track
good
or something like
track. It's such a good track.
that. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
It'll be smoggy.
bro. Oh yeah, yeah. They don't have the same health and safety regs as we do over here. So
You won't see the end of the straight.
anyway, we got a lot of listeners in here, James. So just keep it PG. There you go, Daniel. Anything to add?
Broken Daniel.
Well,
I'll be right.
V8s were on the weekend. And fucking nobody watched it, did they?
No. I was out Saturday night.
Yep.
And it was on at Francesca's Bar and the Smokers.
Oh, was it really?
It actually was. It must have been a replay.
It has to be.
It was like 2:30 in the morning.
That fucking Chad Nalon was still fucking commentating till 2 in the morning. What's his name?
Chad, yeah, I think so. Close enough. Well, if you got this far in the podcast, guys, you're listening to two giggling virgins. 3, sorry.
Sorry. Just
So was the V8s actually on?
Yeah, they're at the Bend,
Oh, okay.
which is like the new premier track in Australia, but yeah.
I don't rate it. I've never really
No,
seen it,
we'll
but-
talk about this at work. 'Cause
No
we,
soul.
we did have it on at work, and it was like, you're right, and it's just a flat.
Yeah.
What gives tracks their character is undulation.
Correct.
I think it's a massive thing. And what they do now, and this is a big thing, and I was thinking about this, is they build tracks on a computer.
Yeah.
They pick a piece of land, it's a flat piece of land, and they just build a track. Back in the day, they used to build tracks on the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just went into a spot and they go, oh yeah, we can go up here like Eau
Yeah.
Rouge, and we can go down here. We'll go, and like that's the difference. There's no
To work
computers.
around it.
No computers involved.
No.
So I bet you Philip Bond was going, oh yeah, cool. We'll go
There was
like
definitely
here.
no
we'll go,
computers.
we'll go
Oh,
here. We'll go
God,
up here.
no.
We'll go around here.
Yeah.
We'll go up here. We'll go up here. And this will look cool. This will look good. And yeah, that's it.
It's a great
Yeah,
point you
it is a
make.
bit boring.
So
Whenever they introduce a new track in MotoGP, like for instance Texas or Argentina, I'd always poo-poo it, and I was like, oh, why have
Yeah.
we got this new track? And then 5 years down, like 5 years later, I'm like, oh, it's a fucking sick track.
Yeah.
Yeah, Argentina's mint.
yeah,
I did the same to Aragon.
Yeah,
Size
yeah,
shit.
same.
Now, like, I'd love to
Yeah.
see racing there again.
the
Yeah,
worst
yeah.
the worst 2 words in track design is Herman Tilke. So he
Okay.
designs all the new tracks for F1s,
Okay.
and they've just got no character at all.
They're just boring.
So when someone says, "Oh, it's a Herman Tilke designed circuit," I go, "Ugh, "It's the same old shit. 90-degree left, 90-degree right, sand, no sand traps, all tarmac everywhere, and it just There's not been one new track that's been
There's no character.
no character.
Yeah,
I like Austin.
I
As
like
a
Austin.
track?
I reckon that's great. That first corner.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But would I choose that over Spa? Even Barcelona. I like the track at Barcelona.
Yeah.
Because again, it was just been, it's just one of those classic tracks. So, yeah,
Yeah,
who
that's a
knows?
good point. What's the racing like traditionally for F1 at Austin? I can never remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very long back straight, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
what's interesting about Austin is it's 3 tracks in one. So you got the first sector where it's that high downforce, left to right, left to
And
right.
it's got a bit of Suzuka in it. You know,
yeah,
the
it
SS.
does. It's like that
Yeah.
because Suzuki's used as a test track, was used as Honda's test track.
Yeah, that's all right.
Honda's test track.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
pretty sure it was
I think
Honda.
so.
Yeah, so it has all these corners in there to test the car. That's why the track's so good.
Yeah.
So the first sector's that tight twisty. The second sector's that long straight, and then you got a nice, really flowing last section that has a mixture of both. So yeah, it's a cool track.
It is a cool track. I think it's
A
really
wide as well. Like how those MotoGP bikes get lost on that track because
I
it's
know.
so wide.
Yeah.
You can go like 5 abreast into some
good.
corners.
There's always good Moto 3 racing as well.
Yeah.
There's so much slipstream.
Great racing.
You know, it's like it always feels like a 4-minute lap from Moto
Yeah.
3. Moto 3 bikes.
It'd be 2.5 minutes, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's something like
Just
that. It's
about.
long.
Because I think the MotoGP boys are 150s.
Yeah, it's probably something like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
I'm gonna say like 151.3 was the pole lap. I'm getting it up.
I'm gonna say. Oh no, I've already read it. 201.
201. Wow.
Where'd you see that?
It was back.
Yeah, right.
203.
203. There you go. 2 minutes is a long lap, isn't it?
203 is long.
What's Phillip Owens?
130 or 125 or
I think Martin.
128.
128.
I think
Marquez.
that might not be updated.
Yeah.
Or unless that's...
That's a race lap record, it would be. I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Quali Lap Martin got it last year.
Yeah. Valentino Rossi, Ferrari. Beautiful. Look at that. Malaysian Sepang International. Valentino Rossi, a Ferrari.
Interesting.
Oh, come on, motorsporttickets.com. Oh, no, boys, that's our other site. Get out of that.
There's not a lot that are, Silverstone 159.
They don't go to Bruno anymore, do they?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Do they?
I'm sure they do.
Bruno? I don't think so.
San Marino, India. Oh my god, I don't go to Bruno anymore. How have I not
Been there
realised
for a
that?
little bit.
Yeah, got kicked out for Kazakhstan, bro.
Alright, that's fucking dumb.
Malaysia's 159.
Man, that's a classic circuit, Bruno.
That's a great
Oh,
circuit.
Yeah, such a good circuit.
That's a track that's got character.
It does. The
Halil
hills
was one of the best ones to go to as well.
Yeah. I wonder what happened. Just money, probably.
Fucking traded it for Foggy India.
Oh, shit.
Smoggy, I should say.
But those like that Thai track's got nothing. Like I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not into
Except
it.
seeing Marquez flying through the air, that big high side. That's all a character I
the
needed.
best thing that's been on track.
That's very rude, mate.
I think it's the fans as well. Like when you go to like Thailand, you know they're not going to be like diehard fans. So
The Thai, I don't know. The Thai are pretty up there. It's just
Yeah,
because
they
it's
love
new.
yeah,
Like Malaysia's a great track.
yeah, true,
Sepang,
true.
it's a fucking sick track. What's your tips, boys?
So F1 this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Mercedes on the podium, but Max will still win.
Max.
How did we go with tips last week, by the way? Who do we have?
I called the sprint race, so I just had them in the wrong order.
Okay.
I think you and I had Binder and Pecco.
We all did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who I had. Oh, maybe
I think I had Bez.
Yeah, Tom's crystal ball. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, there was not.
I can't remember.
I think we said Miguel was going to do good again
Yeah, which yeah.
on his Barbie bike.
Yeah, the Barbie bike was sick.
Actually looks cool.
Yeah, that was fucking dope. F1 tips. Red Bull. I'm gonna say Charles third.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna go something a little bit
I
different.
like it.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very
George Russell's done nothing this year, but I've got him on the podium.
He has done nothing this
Yeah.
year.
Good.
What's going on?
Your boy, Georgie.
Yeah.
Best mate.
Georgie Costanza.
No, I reckon Max Lewis, and I'm going to say Piastri.
Okay.
That's okay.
Actually, a great point because I don't know how that McLaren's going to go around that track, but we'll wait and see.
I reckon he'll do all right.
At least we got a bit of a variation. All right, boys.
Cool. Thanks, boys.
See you later.
See ya.
See ya.